Hi guys, it's Simply Honey. I'm back with another video. Today's topic, or another one of today's topic, is for incoming freshmen. It's advice. I know that we're all going back to school. Some of you may have already started. Some of you, it may have been your first day. But I think that any advice is good advice. Uh, so I have a few tips for you. I'm going to be an incoming freshman myself, and I just think that we need a lot of work because middle school is different than high school. It varies. Many people have said that middle school and high school are one of the challenging things that we go through, only because it's a big change in between. Sixth grade year, we come in and we're like, hey, my friends are here with me, so I'm straight, because some people go to K through 8 centers. I know I did, so I'm like, I'm seeing the same people anyway. It's not that big of a difference. But for those who had to go from an elementary school to a middle school, you did feel that change. However, for those who went to a K through 8 center, the only change you're feeling now is high school. So it's a big change. I know that for me, middle school didn't feel like it was anything changing, but when I got to 8th grade, I felt that bang, because I'm leaving the people that I grew up with from kindergarten, first, second, third grade, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and now eighth. So now I'm leaving. I'm going to high school for 4 years with totally different people. Um, and then you have the mix of cultures, different languages, because not everybody may speak Spanish. So now you have the different, types of people, because before it felt like everybody was the same because we all grew up together. So my first thing that I wanted to say, my first tip, my first advice, would be to not come into high school acting like we're on top still, because as you know, we worked our way up from kindergarten to 5th grade, and then at 5th grade we were on top, and then from 6th grade to 8th grade, and then we were on top, and now we're back at the bottom again because we're going to ninth grade. So please don't come in with that attitude thinking that I'm on top still. I mean, everybody's on top because you're on top of somebody else, but you don't want to come into a new environment thinking, you want to have your head set on straight, basically. So don't come in thinking that, hey, I'm a ninth grader, I'm in high school now. Yes, you are in high school now, but things are going to start to change. My next tip is to take this year seriously. Ninth grade year may not seem like it means a lot, but once you get in 10th grade and you become a sophomore, you will see how important ninth grade year was. Depending on the courses you're taking, uh, um, the school you're going to, it may not be as hard, but starting in high school, you have to build up your GPA, because in college they're gonna look at a GPA and see how high your GPA was, because now you have tests like the ACT, the practice ACT, SAT, and you have the SAT. So I mean, you want to make sure you're ready for that. So in order to start off right, you want to start off your ninth grade year right, and you want to make sure that you stay on top of your grades. You want to make A's and B's your first year, because believe it or not, your colleges will look at your first year of high school and your last year of high school, because they want to see the change. So if anything, if you do start slacking ninth grade year, make sure you get a tutor. Get all the help you can get. Look up on Google, go on YouTube, look for tutorials on how to do, whatever you're taking, like AP World History. You may not understand something, so find somebody who already took AP World History and passed. You don't want to go to somebody that didn't pass, but find someone who did it, passed, excelled in it, and they exceeded, and they went above the measures expected and did great, and have them help you out. And if anything, ask your teacher. You want to communicate with them, build a good relationship with them, because you want to make a lasting impression. Whether you realize it or not, these teachers could possibly be your teachers again the next year. Let's just say that they get changed to 10th grade. So now you had them from ninth and 10th grade year. You never know what's going to happen. So you make sure that you put a lasting imprint on them. That way, if anything does happen, they don't be like, oh, this child messed up ninth grade year, and now I have to have them again for 10th grade year. And so now I have to really keep my eye on them. You don't want to feel like you're being watched. Because high school should be a fun experience for middle school students transitioning into high school to feel like they're getting more responsibility, more trust, more freedoms to do what they would like. Because in middle school, you didn't have these freedoms. You were always being watched by the teachers in the hallways. They were watching you. In high school, they're not going to sit here in the hallway like this. Get to class. You got 2 more minutes. You got 30 seconds. They're not going to do that. Now you have to be on top of yourself. So make sure you're on top of your work. Any extra work that you can do, make sure you do that also. That's tip number 3. You want to make sure you're doing any extra credit assignments, because that can boost up your grade and bring up yourself to a high GPA. Realize that high school is now a competition. You're competing. When you get to 12th grade, you're going to compete to get into these colleges, and you want to get into a good college. You don't want to go into this average college. You want to go above and beyond. So you make sure that you do all your homework. You make sure you do all the extra credit assignments. You want to make sure you do everything you can, anything in your ability, to make a good grade, to excel. Because your 9th grade year is the most important year. Because if you come in here messing up in high school, you're going to find yourself the rest of the years picking up after yourself, trying to bring up your GPA. Because if you come in here and you make D's and F's, and your average by the end of the year is a 2 point something, that's already a C or a D. It depends, because you have a 4.0. The 4.0 is the highest. Well, not even the highest. You can go higher than that, but the average is 4.0. So make sure that if you can do anything to make your GPA go any higher than it can, you do all that you can. Some people find it easier to set goals. That's the 4th thing. My 4th advice is to set goals for yourself at the beginning of the school year, before you start school. Even if you started school today and you're just looking on here just because, make sure that you go on and you set goals. Whenever you see this video, if you didn't see it before you started school but you saw it in the middle of the school year, set goals now and see from now until the end of the school year if you can reach some of these goals. Do not make any unrealistic goals, because there's no point in that, because you already know that you're not going to fulfill those goals. But set goals that you know you can accomplish, because you want to see a change. My 5th advice would be to dress appropriately. Dress as if you're going to college, if you're going to school. You don't want to come in with this crop top on and think it's school appropriate just because you're wearing a jacket over it. No. Make sure, boys, don't have your pants below your waist. It is not cute and it's not attractive. At the end of the day, I would rather take somebody whose pants, who cargo pants are above their knee, instead of having it below their waist where I can see their drawers. Or underwear, whatever you want to call them. I don't want to see underwear all day long. We see it enough in the streets. It's not cute, it's not attractive, and you're not going to get into a good high school like that. You're not going to find a job like that. And some jobs do require them to see your grades in order to get up at a certain age. So you want to make sure you're on top of your grades also. My 6th point of advice is, girls and guys, please do not go searching for boyfriends, and do not go searching for girlfriends when you get in high school. And if you're gay, do not go searching for a girlfriend. If you're bisexual, don't go searching for both. Don't go searching for anything at all. I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, or you're lesbian. Do not go searching for a girlfriend. Do not go searching for a boyfriend. The first year of high school is the year where you need to focus on just your schoolwork and only that, because you want to make sure that you're making appropriate grades to excel the rest of your years in high school. And if you can get those extra credits by working on Florida Virtual School. Get some extra credits, and maybe you can graduate early, or maybe your 12th grade year could be a breeze because you completed everything else that you needed to complete. So you want to make sure you're on top of your work. Make sure you got your credits. You don't want to go in high school your 9th grade year and fail your math course and have to repeat it again, and then now you're playing catch up, because now you have to do this assignment and this assignment, or this course and another course at the same time, when you're taking algebra and geometry at the same time. Make sure you do not fail your courses. If you see you're struggling, talk to your counselor. Ask your counselor if they can find somebody to help tutor you. Maybe you can't stay after school. Maybe they can find somebody that lives by you, to help you. Another thing, stay in contact with your counselor. The best thing you can do, they're called guidance counselor for a reason. They can guide you throughout your high school year. Now, you can have a good relationship with them, or you can have a bad one where you just show up when you need something, or you contact with them daily. That way, just in case if anything comes up, they already know about it, because you guys are always talking. you're constantly in contact with them. Make sure you contact them the first day of school. Go contact them. Hey, I'm Dominique, you know, or I'm Naya, or I'm, I don't know, Paige, and I want to meet with you, and I just wanted you to know who I was. That way, if I ever come back with anything going on, you already know who I am, and we built a relationship. Also, what you can do is study. Your study habits need to be on point when you're going to high school. Be organized. Make sure you're keeping up with your assignments. If you have to check school notes every day, check school notes every day. If you have block schedule, still check school notes every day, because just because they didn't tell you they put something up don't mean they won't. Sometimes the teachers will not tell you because they want to see what you're going to do on your own. Some teachers will leave you hanging and will not tell you at all and say from the beginning of the school year, always check school notes, and then here the assignment was on school notes and now you don't have it and now your grade's going to drop. Make sure you're staying on top of your homework. Your homework may be hard and you don't understand, but find somebody to help you do it. Do not cheat, because at the end of the day, if you not understand your geometry work and you have to take that SAT in 11th or 10th grade year, and you're taking that, ain't nobody gonna be able to help you. And if you cheat on that, you're disqualified. The whole thing is, and sometimes I think you have to pay for it, so now you don't waste your parents' money and have to tell them, oh, I was cheating, you know. So you want to make sure you understand it. That way you can do the work. Do not go looking for nobody else's answers, because it's not like middle school where it was easy to cheat on assignments. Be like, hey, what that answer is. Okay. You know, it's not as easy as it was before to cheat. Let me just put this out here. You're going to have to cut out the games. It's not time to play anymore. If you have to cut your friends loose just to focus on your work, do that. Your 9th grade year, you should not do a sport. You should not do any extracurricular activity that you cannot handle. Your 9th grade year, you should be getting used to the school, getting a feel of it, how it works. How much homework you have. Are you able to balance your schoolwork and another activity? You need to start at your 9th grade year. Because let me tell you, I have friends who want to do it, a sport or extracurricular activity, their 9th grade year. Little do they know we haven't started school yet. They don't know how much work we're getting. They don't know if they have enough time, because sometimes they hold you late when you do these extracurricular activities. You do not want to be held late and then trying to stay up late trying to do your homework. Then you're not even awake the next morning to go to school, and you're falling asleep in class, and now they're calling your parents and all this other stuff. Trying to get caught up in any mess. Don't smoke your first year. Don't drink your first year. Don't do none of that your first year. Don't get caught up in relationships. These relationships can cost you big time. Many people don't think they will, but when they get caught up in some mess and they see how much trouble it caused them, they realize that maybe I should have listened when somebody tried to help me out. So, I mean, you have to make sure that whenever you're doing anything, that you're doing it for yourself, because these are the years where you're maturing. Sorry, I need to plug in my laptop. You need to, you're trying to mature, you know, and you want to be a bigger person than what people see you are. So you want to make sure you're being responsible. Your parents are not gonna tolerate, you know, misbehaving in class anymore and all that jazz, because you're too old for that now. At this point, you should be focusing on graduating. From day one, when you start high school, from day one, you want to make sure that you're on top of your work. You want to make sure you understand your work. You want to make sure you're doing your very best. That way you can get out of high school, because you don't want to be that person trying to play catch up, and then their friends graduated and now they can't graduate with their class, and now they have to stay in high school another year. You want to make sure that you start applying for your colleges early. Look for colleges now that you want to go to, whatever you choose to do. Make sure you're staying on top of your work, because at the end of the day, it is going to affect you if you don't. And colleges, like, I know whatever you want to do, depending on your magnet that you're taking at school, if you even have a magnet, you can use that to help you, to guide you to know what you want to do in college. I know for me, I'm doing the vet program at Felix Varela, so I already found a veterinarian college, you know, because I already will have my veterinary assistant certification, so I can just continue with that. So if you're taking nurse, you've been trying to practice to be a nurse practitioner, then maybe you can do that also. I hope this video helps. Freshmen, enjoy your first year. comment if you have any advice also. And I hope to see you around here soon. Bye.